Hello again. It's me on Thursday afternoon. It's about 1:30 and the funeral was beautiful. It was really nice. It's just a shame that, you know, like I get to see family members I haven't seen in forever at a funeral. But it was beautiful. It was a beautiful service. I discovered I still know all the words to the Old Rugged Cross and Amazing Grace, all the verses. I still know them all. Right now, I'm at McDonald's, sitting in the exact spot where my Pontiac Fiero died on a hot June night 31 years ago, right here in this very spot at this McDonald's, where I worked for a brief time when I was a senior in high school. Hated it, went back to the mom and pop grocery store. I told my car I had a Fiero. It was a piece of shit. It was an adorable piece of shit. It was a cute car, but it was a piece of shit. I told this car, look, if you will get me through high school, I won't ask anything else of you. Will you please, for the love of God, run long enough for me to get through high school? The night of my graduation, I left the school from the graduation, came here to meet someone because they had some wild turkey. We were going to go get drunk. Parked here to meet them. My car never started again. But it got me through high school. Technically, the car's like, I held up my end of the deal. Don't ask anything else of me. I did what you wanted. I got you through high school. It would have been nice if you'd gone a little longer than that. Very valuable lesson I learned. Do not buy a car just because it looks cool. Don't do that. Get a good, dependable car that gets good gas mileage and is as cheap to fix as possible. Do not get a fancy schmancy car if you cannot afford the taxes, insurance, and repairs on it. You need to consider all that when you buy a vehicle. Take it from me. See, I learned the hard way. I spent more on repairs on that piece of crap than I did on the piece of crap itself. Very expensive lesson that I learned. But it was funny because I realized I was really thirsty. So I came out and I said, holy shit, this is where my Fiero died. I am parked in the same spot. Listen to me, lovely car, don't die. It's running. Wouldn't that be funny though? My current car just right here. I'd laugh like hell. It wouldn't be very funny, but I'd laugh about it. I have my bucket of Diet Dr. Pepper because they don't have my Pepsi here. Okay. The funeral itself was beautiful. Beautiful red roses. Red roses everywhere. I've never seen so many red roses. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And, oh, it was a lot of people. A lot of people. It was hard to find anywhere to park, and I got here early. Yeah, it was really great. I got a little choked up singing Amazing Grace. Like, hold it together. Hold it. You got this. Hold it together, because I left my Kleenex in the car. I didn't show you my adorable little bag. Look. Oh, isn't it cute? I meant to put a few little tissues in here, and I forgot. Isn't this precious? Look at this baby. Oh, but there's not a lot of room in there. Oh, there's a car coming. There's not a lot of room in it. And I was okay until the family up front was coming out at the end of the service. And his wife came by, and his wife is a wonderful lady. But she's always, like, got it together. Like, I've never seen her get upset about anything, ever. And I've known her for 40+ years. And she was crying, and I just, oh God. I was all right until I saw that, and I just wished I had a tissue. Oh, it broke my heart to see her cry. I've never seen her cry. It was so sad. I've never seen that. And it just hurt. I hurt for her, you know. Right now, we are coming, I'm not going to show it to you, but right now, I'm passing a house that looks abandoned. It was the equivalent of Truvy's from Steel Magnolias. She had a shop right behind her house. Her name was Trish. Miss Trish, did my hair. She did all my spiral perms in her little shop right behind her house back there. That's where I got all the gossip and stuff. And a lot of the videos I do with any gossip is based a lot on the conversations I heard right back there in that house. That's where the name Trish, that's partly where the name Trish came from. Miss Trish did my perms. She even did my mom's hair for a while. My mom was the one that got me to go there. And Miss Trish did my perms and my haircuts and everything. Yes. So now I'm headed back up towards Greensboro. I have a Honda Accord on my ass, which keeps taking all the turns I take, and it's making me a little suspicious. You're not turning, are you? Oh, you're turning. All right. I've watched cars that make the same turns I do. It makes me nervous. I'm sure it's probably nothing, but it just makes me a little nervous. Why do you keep turning? What are you doing? But then I remember it's a small town and people do shit like that. Yes, it was a beautiful service. We did the graveside actually at a different church. He wanted to be buried. We kind of have like, there's one cemetery where a lot of the family is buried, and he wanted to be buried out there. I think it's actually close to where his parents are buried. He wanted to be buried out there. So he was. And it was beautiful. It was a very beautiful service. And we had a reception after that. We had lunch in the fellowship hall, the fellowship building of that church, which is actually the church where my mother grew up going to church there. Her parents went to church there. My mother's father used to do all the flower arrangements for that church on Sundays. He would grow and arrange flowers. He did beautiful flower arrangements, and he would grow all of his own flowers and stuff, and it was beautiful. He had a real talent for it. He never did it as a profession, but he would just volunteer his time and materials and make flowers to go on the altar at church for Sundays. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And he would, my grandmother grew sunflowers indoors in the wintertime. She had a real green thumb. She could grow anything, anywhere. She just did. She could grow anything. I used to eat there. My fiance's grandmother used to own that little grill right there. Yes, I was engaged at 16. That's a whole other story. We never got married, though. Thank God, because he would have ruined my life. And if I were to ask him that now, would you have ruined my life? Yeah, probably. Yeah, you would have. It's hard to drive through here without every little bit of this road. I have different memories from every stretch of this town because I grew up here. It's just weird driving through here. I haven't been here in a while. Nothing's really changed all that much. So they provided lunch, which I didn't know they were going to do. It was delicious. We had barbecue and fried chicken and coleslaw and potato salad, hush puppies, biscuits. The tea was really good. They had coffee and peach cobbler. The peach cobbler was fantastic. Oh, it was so good. It was absolutely wonderful. Some of the best peach cobbler I've ever had in my life. So I got to visit. I had family from Florida that came up that I have not seen in forever. Got to visit with them. That made me very happy because one of my dad's brothers came, and it's, let's see. Now my dad had 5 brothers and sisters. There were 6 of them total. I didn't tell you about my grandfather's first wife and baby. Okay, I was telling you that my dad's father was another one of the Jones. It's not the real last name. I'm just using Smith and Jones as an example. The Jones brothers married the Smith sisters. Well, my dad's father was one of the other Jones brothers that didn't marry a Smith sister. He married somebody else. Well, his first wife, I'm trying to remember, I can't remember her name. they were not married long, and they had a little baby girl. They had a little girl who might have been a year old, maybe. And his wife and little baby girl were killed in a house fire. One day he was working at a sawmill and was gone, and the house caught on fire, and they died from smoke inhalation from the fire, both his wife and the little girl. And then a few years later, he married my grandmother, and they had 6 kids in 5 years. No twins, no, these were single births. Can you imagine? 6 children in 5 years. 6 pregnancies in 5 years. Lord, I'd pass away. I used to live right over there. Sorry. God. Not as a kid, but as an adult. I bought a house out there many years ago and lived there for 3 years. I'm glad to be leaving. It was nice to visit, but let me just say I'm glad to be going back to Greensboro. It was nice growing up here, but I'm happy where I am. I was not meant to stay here. I have that feeling every time I come here, I'm not meant to stay here. I don't know what it is. It's not that I'm too good to be here. I felt it in my soul from the time I was small. You're meant to go somewhere else. You're meant to live somewhere else. I've always known that. It's nice to visit, but I don't belong here. Anyway, so my grandfather married my grandmother. And they had 6 kids in 5 years. Oh, God, I couldn't imagine. And my grandfather was not the nicest person. I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but he was not known as an especially nice person. He was kind of an ass. I think he had a bit of a drinking problem, but he kept it, you know, back then it was shameful, you know, to drink. And in both sides of my family, drinking is frowned upon. It's just not something you do. They are a pretty, you know, religious group, and you just don't drink. If you do, you better keep it to yourself. And I think that's kind of the deal with my grandfather. I think he was I think he had a bit of a problem, but kept it as quiet as he could. Anyway, he was pretty abusive and just needlessly mean to his wife and children. I don't know why. When he was older, he developed Parkinson's. Actually, both of my grandfathers had Parkinson's, and he had the dementia that went along with it. I don't remember any of this because he actually died when I was about 2 years old. I don't remember him at all. My father is the spitting image of him, though. He is. If I look back at pictures of my grandfather and my father, they look, oh my God, wow. My dad is just the spitting image of his father. It is crazy how much they look like. Strong ass genes there. But my mom was telling me one day, she said, you know, when you were little, and my grandfather was in a nursing home, he was in like a rest home in his remaining years, because he just got to where the dementia was really bad and they just could not take care of him at home anymore. She said he got to the point where he didn't recognize anyone, like his wife, his kids. He didn't recognize anybody. But my mom said, when we went to see him and you were with us, talking about me, he would light up. She said he would just, most of the time, he just looked like there was nobody home. Like he was just, you know, like he just was not there. But if he saw me, he would just light up. She said his eyes would just, he had blue eyes. And she said you could just see the life coming back into his eyes. And he would start reaching for you. He thought I was that little girl that died in that fire, because he kept calling me by her name. And I cannot remember what her name was. I'm wanting to say her name was Elsa. It was Elsa or something like Elsa. He kept saying, you know, Elsa, Elsa, and he would reach out and he would want to like hold me. And they would let him, because it was like, it just made his day. Like, let him think it. Let him think that's his little girl. What does it hurt? You know, look at him. You just made his day. And they would go visit. He wouldn't care to see my dad or my mom. Like, don't care. I want Elsa, Elsa. And he wanted to hold me because he thought that was his little girl that died. I don't think he ever really got over that. I think that messed him up. And you know, there was no therapy back then. You don't do therapy, especially a man. No, you wouldn't go to therapy. I don't think he ever really dealt with his feelings about losing his wife and child. I don't think he ever really got over it. And I think he became a very bitter, angry man. Of course, he might have been bitter and angry anyway, regardless. We'll never know, but they said it was just crazy. It was just stunning to see how the life would just come back into his face as soon as he saw me. And he would just sit up and just start, you know, like, you know, let me hold her, let me hold her. And he would just sit there and just hold me and just smile. He was just so happy. So they would go see him as often as possible, and that's all he wanted. He just wanted to sit there and hold me. He didn't care. I have no memory of it. I was like a year old. I was probably about the age his little girl was when she died. And from what I've heard, I did look, I was like the spitting image of this little girl. She was blonde-haired, blue-eyed like me, you know, little baby, and he just thought I was her. So yeah. Well, I'm glad I could do that for him. I'm glad, you know, that his remaining years were, they said that was the only name he knew. Everybody else who went in there, he just had no idea who they were. He didn't recognize anybody, but he knew that little girl. It's very sad. But yeah, both of my grandfathers had Parkinson's. That kind of scares me. And my mother has Alzheimer's. The hell are my chances? God, I'm screwed. Yeah. My mother's biggest fear was that she would end up with dementia. That was her biggest fear for the last 30, 40 years. She's talked about it so much. Oh, please don't let me end up with that. Well, she did. I hate that for her. But going to a funeral just makes you think about life and death. It's so short. Life is just so short. I'm telling you, young people, you may not think it is, but life is short. You know, enjoy it while you can. Go do the things you want to do. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, start today. Start right now to work towards that goal. Don't say someday, someday. No, you won't believe how fast your chances will pass you by. I swear, it's crazy. So yeah, someday. No, just go for it. So, all right, it's almost 2 o'clock. I brought a change of clothes because I kind of had an idea. I thought, you know, I didn't know how long I was going to be down here. But I was thinking, you know, I might stop back by a Walmart and maybe organize some nail polish. But I'm not going to organize nail polish and pearls and a dress. So I brought a change of clothes and some sandals so I can... this is not a good dress for organizing nail polish. It's just, no. Talk about sticking out like a sore thumb. Now, I'm not one to worry about sticking out like a sore thumb. But this dress is one of those dresses where you can't really bend over in it because you'll show everybody Honolulu. It's just the way the dress is made. It has like a flared skirt on it. And you have to be kind of careful when you bend over. So, yeah, I've got my change of clothes in a bag. I'm just gonna run into the bathroom at Walmart and change clothes. And see if I can organize some nail polish. I have time. I do have a class later this evening, but I have plenty of time to go do that on the way home. So, yeah, I wasn't really sure how long I was going to be down there. I didn't know how it was going to go, but yeah, I got plenty of time. But it was really nice to visit with everybody. Oh my gosh, I got to see so many people today. It was fantastic. It was so great. And yeah, it was good. I hate to see anyone lose someone they love. It's hard. It's so hard, but it's part of life. I mean, it's going to happen to all of us one day. And my plans right now, it's in my will. I want to be cremated. I don't want to be buried anywhere. You don't need to take up space, you know. Just cremate me and scatter my ashes somewhere. I don't know. I told my kids it was up to them. You do whatever you want with my ashes. It's okay. Stick me in a closet. I don't care. Whatever. I don't know. I don't get all sentimental about, you know, bodies and stuff. It's just a body. It doesn't mean anything. My dad has actually donated his body to science. He doesn't want to be buried either. So he's actually donated his body to be used, sorry, to be used in forensic studies in Tennessee, where they take bodies of people who donate their bodies, they put them in different circumstances to study and to help teach people about decay, you know, under different circumstances, in water, out of water, half in water, half out. And they study all that kind of stuff. And my dad has donated his body to that. Like, that's actually cool. You know, people can learn stuff. That's really cool. I think that's a great idea. So, yeah, I'm like, well, what are we going to do when you pass away? He said, I don't care. Do whatever you want to. I'm going to be dead. I ain't going to care. I'm not going to be here. Why are you asking me? My dad is just so about everything. He just does not care. I don't care what you do. Do whatever you want to. Go to McDonald's, get a cheeseburger. I don't know. Whatever. Not helpful, Daddy. So, yeah. He doesn't give a shit. Like, we gotta have a memorial service or something. He said, well, whatever. Don't make no difference to me. I won't be here. He's a mess. You can't do anything with my dad. But yeah, he was here. My stepmom, yeah. Got to see them. Tough day. Very, very, very bittersweet day. But I'm good. I'm all right. I mean, we knew it was coming. And it's sad, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm all right. I feel really bad for his wife and kids, though. It's tough on them. I mean, even if you know it's coming, it's still tough. It's still hard. I probably will not be doing well when my dad passes away. I may have to take some time off because I'm the executor of his will. I'm going to have to get all of his affairs in order and everything. And I'm going to have my hands full for quite a while. So I was thinking about it on the way down. Like, well, when he passes away, I'm going to have to. I'm going to have a lot to do. I'm going to have a whole lot to do. When he passes away, having donated his body, they come get the body. They just come get it and take it away. And that's it. I mean, like, that's it. They take the body and put it in a deep freeze or whatever, and when they need it, they take it out and put it out in a field or something, which is, ugh. But it's what he wants. He said, that's what I want. I want that. If somebody can learn something, yeah, you know, don't feel bad about it. It's what I want. Okay, all right. It's just kind of thought of my dad's body laying in a field. It's like, oh, God. I mean, okay, but he said, well, you gonna have yours burned up. How's that better? You're just wasting yours. This is the weirdest conversation I've had lately. We're bickering over who's doing the best with, you know, with their dead body. This is weird. We have some weird conversations. I mean, I don't know. But the way I have my will written right now, I do want to be cremated. Mainly because I don't want space taken. I don't want you spending money and taking up space with a plot somewhere. Like, don't do that. That just, I mean, everybody has their own preference. You know, you do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I mean, most of my family is buried. Like I say, we have a whole freaking cemetery that is like, at least half of it is people from my family. So, yeah, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I I don't know, for me, I just don't think it's necessary. But, you know, if my kids want to bury me, I guess that's fine. I don't think my kids are going to care. They're going to be like, just whatever, Mom, whatever you want, we'll do that. So it's something you got to think about. I mean, especially as you get older, you have to think about stuff like that. And I had a will done several years ago. Just, you know, if something happens to you and you want your last wishes honored, you need to put it in writing. So I had a will done. It cost me about $400 to sit down with an attorney and, you know, do it and get it notarized and everything. And I'm glad I did it. I mean, I just, you know, wanted to make sure. I gave a copy to my brother, and I have a copy at home in a safe, and, you know, so people will know when I kick the bucket, here's what I want. So, yeah. It's pretty simple, though. Anyway, I feel good. I feel good. I've been talking a lot all day. There were a few family members that I was hoping were going to come, but they didn't make it, but, you know, it's okay. It's okay. How's this thing already watery? So hopefully we can organize some nail polish, do that, and then I'll go home and putter around for a little bit, and then I'll go to my class. It's a good day. And that was, it was part of the funeral service was a message from my relative that passed away, my dad's cousin. And his message to everyone there was to hug your family. Go hug, hug, and whatever family means to you. Doesn't have to be blood. Hug the people you love. That was his parting words to us. It was very sweet. Take time to spend time with those that matter to you. Whoever or whatever. The people that you care about, spend time with them, give them a hug, tell them you love them, because you may not get another chance. So, yeah. He was a good man. He always called me Murray. He was a great person, though. He really was. And it's going to get worse. I mean, the generation before mine, they're all starting to get to that age where there's going to be more funerals. It's going to start happening. We've been really lucky for the last 20 years or so. Really, we haven't lost many people. I mean, we have lost some, but yeah, we're due for. I'm afraid we're due for a whole rash, and I just have a feeling a whole bunch of them are going to come at once. That's going to be tough. I think losing my dad is going to be really tough. I don't know how I'm going to feel when my mom passes away. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about that. I don't know. You know, we don't all have a perfect relationship with our parents, and I don't have a good relationship with my mother. I don't know how I'm going to feel, but I feel, for me, I feel like I did everything I could. I did everything in my power to have a relationship with her, and she just was not interested. I did everything in my power to have her be involved in my children's lives, and she's just not interested. She's just not. She never has been. She always has an excuse for why she can't really be a part of their lives at all. And when I would take them to visit her, she would just ignore them. I would have to make her talk to them. I tried and tried for years to have some kind of relationship with her, and I finally just said, there's nothing to have. There's nothing here. And for my own mental health, I had to get away from her. Especially when the dementia kind of took the filter off of her mouth and she started telling me how she really feels about me. Yeah, it was time to go. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle hearing how she really felt about me. So, I don't have any regrets. I don't. If I got a phone call right now, you know, your mom has passed away, I don't have any regrets. I don't. I tried the best I could. So, no regrets. I will be happy for her because I don't think she's ever been happy. I've never known any period of time. I'm 48 and a half. I have never known my mother to be happy. She's never been even remotely satisfied with her life. And if you ever hear her talk about her past, it sounds like she's just never been happy with her life. So I will be happy for her because maybe whatever comes after this life will be better. You know? I hope for her it is. I really do. I hope she finds happiness. I mean that. I really do. Because she damn sure didn't find it in life. Maybe afterwards there's something good for her. I hope so. That's depressing. Let's talk about something else. Yes, nail polish. Maybe we're going to organize nail polish. Here comes a Corvette. No, wait. Is that a Corvette? I can't tell anymore. Yeah, it is. That's cool as hell. My hairdresser just bought a Corvette not too long ago. Kind of like that one. And she got a white Corvette. It's beautiful. She's always wanted one. Damn thing was like almost $80,000. Beautiful car. She always wanted one, and she finally got one. She loves it. And I'm very happy for her. Because she's been doing my hair off and on for like, shit. Going on 13 years, 12, 13 years. Long time. We've known each other a long time. So I was glad that she finally got the car she wanted. So, yeah, maybe we'll get to organize some nail polish after I change out of these clothes. This is the first time I've worn a dress in a while, except for Charity's dresses, but those don't really count because I don't have those on very long. I just saw a sign for Biscuitville. Yeah, they have a Biscuitville in Asheboro. They do. If you live in the area and you want to try it out, they have Biscuitville here. Biscuitville is a chain of, you know, biscuit places. They're only open until 2 p.m. every day. They're mainly here in central North Carolina. They have expanded a little bit, but it's still kind of a central North Carolina thing. You can't find them everywhere. Biscuitville makes American biscuits, and you can get all kinds of stuff in those biscuits. You can even just get a good old butter biscuit. I grew up eating butter biscuits. Butter biscuits where you take a biscuit, cut it up, cut it open, you know, long way, like a sandwich, you know. Open it up, put a pat of butter in there when the biscuit is hot, which will melt the butter, and then you eat the butter biscuit. It's really good. It's very simple, very yummy. I've been enjoying tomato sandwiches lately. I got some yummy yellow tomatoes. I've had tomato sandwiches every day for lunch for probably about a week now. I need to get some more tomatoes. I'm down to my last one. Got them at the farmer's market. Well, actually, the yellow ones came from the produce place. Yep. That's about all I know. Shit, I don't know. But yeah, it was a lovely, lovely service. It was really nice. And then we went to the graveyard, which was at a different church, and had the graveside service out there. And it's a sad thing. It's sad, but it's part of life, you know, but it's still hard. And seeing his wife cry, that got me. Ooh. You ever have that happen where you have somebody in your life and they're not, it's not that they're hard, it's just that, you know, they don't show a whole lot of emotion? Does it not just tear you slam up to see them cry? Like, oh God. I was fine until I saw that she was crying. And I just lost it. Like, oh shit. Oh shit. Ooh. I was fine until I saw that, and I just, no. Bless her heart. It broke my heart to see that. And my makeup is jacked. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Shit, I've been crying. Can I leave my sunglasses on for the opening and closing of the nail polish organization? Woo! I'm not going to mention the funeral in the video because I don't want to ruin the mood for anybody. You know, there have been a lot of videos where I had bad shit going on in my life, but I didn't mention it in the video because I don't want to ruin the mood. You know, I want people to enjoy the video and not go, oh, damn, you know. So, sometimes the show must go on. You got to suck it up, you know. Quit crying. The show must go on. Quit telling everybody your business. That's what this channel is for. I tell you my business on here. Alright, we're at Highway 64 in Asheboro. Or as my younger son used to call it, Asheboro. We're going to Asheboro. We're headed to the Walmart. Oh shit, there's a really good Goodwill down here too. I'm going to Goodwill when I get done at Walmart. See if I can find anything in there. I always find good stuff in that Walmart. They have peach soda with real peach in it at Biscuitville right now. There's the Dixie Express. They have good milkshakes. Wendy's, Bojangles, Arby's, Dario. And the Speedway, I used to go in there and smoke and drink a big old fountain drink. I used to work at the Black & Decker right back there. I'd get here early and I'd sit in there and smoke and read a book. Back when you could sit and smoke inside, I used to do that. This was back in the mid-90s. Oh, yes. All right. I'm gonna button up. I'm gonna button up, make sure I got my change of clothes. I'm gonna go change clothes into Walmart, take my bag of my dress and everything and my heels, put them back in the car, then go back in there and organize nail polish. I hope. Let's hope. Because this right here is the only Walmart that I know of right now that has labeled nail polish and the music is not too loud. I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to get in there and the music's going to be turned up like a freaking house party. Why is the music so damn loud in these stores? Why? Am I the only one bothered by that? I can't shop with the music up. It's just annoying. I just want to get out of there. That's just me. Whew. All right. I'm going to get off of here and get to the Walmart. But I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I'm good. And hopefully I will have a video for you later if I can get it done. If not, I will just do something else tonight. I don't know. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I will see you again soon.